Today's episode of the XP is brought to you by you. Please help us create videos for you by watching, liking, and supporting us on Patreon. A pledge of just $1 is worth the same amount as around 1,000 views on YouTube, so don't think you won't be making a huge difference with even just the minimum amount. Visit patreon.com/attack to help support the channel. Thank you. What's up, attackers? Kirk here with Attack Gaming, welcoming you to our week-long roundup of MMO-related news and stories. Today is April 8th. We are quickly approaching Thomas Jefferson's birthday, which is very important in all of our lives. Papa bless. This week on the show, we've got information on Black Desert Online, Crossout, Wild Terra, ASTA, and much more. The XP starts now. Dom Games announced this week that it sold 400,000 copies of Black Desert Online during its first month available in North America and Europe, which, with even the most conservative estimates, is like 12 million in box sales alone. And that doesn't even take into account the cash shop, which Dom Games Europe CEO Min Kim said is paying off more than many of the most popular free-to-play games that rely strictly on in-game items. Also this week, Black Desert Online added an auto-looping feature to the game after a poll in which 83% of players voted favorably for. The auto-loop feature allows players to set a looping path for their character, which is ideally used for leveling horses, stamina, and strength while AFK and leveling up your mac and cheese making skills. Big Picture Games announced today that Darkfall: Rise of Agon, the company's official resurrection of the original Darkfall Online, has entered alpha testing. The first set of 500 alpha invites will be sent out randomly over the course of the day today. The alpha test will be focused on stress testing the server and game lobby, as well as ensuring that account management is functional, which I can imagine will be so much fun for the players. There will be an NDA for the first few weeks, but it will be dropped as soon as possible. With the launch of Alpha, pre-orders have begun. As was previously announced, you can get closed beta access for a minimum of $19.95. If you have not signed up yet for alpha testing, you could do so at darkfallriseofagon.com/alpha. What is Darkfall: Rise of Agon? It's a fantasy MMORPG that features fast-paced, competitive, first-person combat, a vast and seamless open-world game that focuses on risk versus reward. You will be able to join battles of thousands of players in an open PvP environment where player skill and group strategy determines the outcome. The game is scheduled for full release in 2017 with a monthly subscription fee of around $15 US. Gaijin Entertainment and Targum Games announced today that Targum's post-apocalyptic vehicular combat game Crossout has officially entered closed beta. The beginning of closed beta introduces a number of new features. The game now has official VR support, which is cool. A new map called Founders Canyon pits players against each other in an environment filled with broken statues. Players can now create their own bosses called Leviathans. The Leviathans can be put up against players in PvE modes, which they are AI controlled. If the Leviathan wins, the player that created it will be given a reward. To access Leviathans, players must have high levels of reputation and experience with the Engineers faction. Anyone can now gain access to the closed beta by buying a Founders Pack. There are 3 available at around $20, $30, and $50 respectively. Alternatively, you can sign up for a chance for a free closed beta invite at crossout.net. WebZen announced today that ASTA's first major content update will be arriving on April 19th. The update will add another difficulty mode for the game's 10-player raid dungeons and a new team arena map. Some additions and changes are being made based on community feedback, which is always nice. WebZen head of global business Richard Moon had the following to say about the announcement. ASTA has received a fantastic response from current and new WebZen players, and we are extremely pleased with how much fun players are having. We are nowhere near finished improving ASTA. This content update is the first of many based on player feedback and analytical data, and we are striving to make the game the best possible for our players. More additions and changes being made in this patch will be revealed in the weeks leading up to it. Following 5 months of development and testing, Wild Terra's overhaul finally hit live servers this week. The update, which has been available on the test servers for a while now, will bring the game's new 3D character models to the live servers. The world will now be procedurally generated and automatically generating more land with each and every player that joins the world. Players will be able to select their gender, which wasn't a feature when we first checked it out months ago, and various animals such as bears, horses can be tamed and used as mounts for travel. There are now peaceful, conventional, and disputable zones that determine whether or not you can PvP. Early access packs are currently discounted if you want to check out the game, and you can get those at playwildterra.com. All one word. Since her first appearance in Daredevil number 168, which came out in January 1981, which I know off the top of my head, of course, Elektra has proven herself one of the Marvel Universe's most dangerous assassins. Finally, Marvel Heroes 2016 players can experience her lethal suite of moves for themselves. She's now available as the game's 57th playable character. She is voiced by Kat Cressida, and Elektra dons her classic red costume, and an alternate choice is available inspired by her appearance in Marvel's Daredevil Season 2. Called one of Marvel Universe's most dangerous assassins, Elektra uses her sai, rope dart, shurikens, and more to attack. Her abilities include one called Marked for Death that debuffs powerful enemies while buffing herself. That's all I've got for you guys today. Thank you for watching, liking, and subscribing. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you guys all soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Welcome back, Attack, and today we're going to be talking about 2016's best MMORPGs. These are going to be the new MMO games that we get to experience, at least in the West. Yeah, some of these games are going to be localized titles, but for the most part, these are going to be entirely new MMOs, so get hyped for that, and these are going to be the games that we are almost certain will actually